for the winner by unanimous decision and still.
So Jorge Masvidal fans, right? These guys are pretty upset right now at the fact that Kamaru Usman won. But really, they're telling you that it was a boring fight, and I got a lot of friends, and that's nobody wants to watch that leg humping, bro. But you wouldn't say nothing about it. But you see, if you knew anything about MMA, you knew that going up into this fight, that Kamaru Usman, it was a highly probability that he was going to be doing some wrestling. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't the Colby Covington fight to where, they wrestling negated each other. He's going up against a guy who really don't wrestle. So, and wrestling is his strength. So why wouldn't he use it against a guy he didn't train for? It just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you? I understand. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a long time fan. See, there's a lot of these people in the rage now. I was in the rage like that long ago, back in the day when I used to watch wrestlers fighting in mixed martial arts. And wrestlers used to lay on a guy or wall and stall and lay and pray. He wasn't necessarily laying and praying or nothing, but he was, toe stomping and doing all that. And it was, it worked, man. That shit works. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the toughest positions to be in a mixed martial arts fight, is up against the cage. You don't look like much, but you really try to impose your will against another man that whole time, just your strength. You know what I'm saying? It causes to be a rest period for a lot of guys, but for the most part, the clinch is probably one of the most toughest spots to be in a fight. The most tiring. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you people just really don't know what y'all talking about. The fight is what it was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was impressed by Masvidal being able to even go like he did for that long. He gets credit for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not on here trying to throw hate on Masvidal, no shit like that. No, he did a good job. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do think he was preparing for this fight the whole time, the 6-day notice thing and the build up to the fight, they did a good job with the little bit of time that they had. And Masvidal, I think if he had a full training camp to actually really truly prepare for Usman, even though I heard he really was, but I'm talking about for real, like train for him, not just kind of like, yeah, I'm training for him, but I'm still eating pizza and bullshit on the side too. I'm talking about actually train for him. I think it'd be a different fight, because he did stop quite a few of them takedowns. He showed real good takedown defense. His striking, he just didn't really seem to set up anything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't set up his strikes. He's fast. He got real good striking technique. It was clear that Usman wanted no part of that striking, but he just didn't. Maybe Jorge just, maybe he just needed a full camp. You know what I'm saying? Full camp to make sure he can go full 5 rounds, things of that nature. I'm not looking for no excuses for Masvidal, but his fans are mad as hell right now. You know what I'm saying? They mad, boy. Ooh, Masvidal, the Snoozeman, and you know what I'm saying? I like Kamaru Usman now. At first, but you asked me 6 months ago, I didn't like the guy. But after the Kobe fight and after up to now, I like Usman. I like Usman because nobody else likes him. I like Usman because nobody else want to give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Kamaru Usman. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that he's going to be champion for a long time. He's only going to get better. I don't really see who else can really beat him, man. I think Colby Covington would have been his toughest fight because he's a wrestler. He could, kind of bang a little bit. They about the same. They about equal as far as everything. And he beat the guy, broke his jaw, stopped him. You know what I'm saying? So who's next for Kamaru Usman? I don't know. Maybe Gilbert Burns. They run that back. Gilbert Burns may have a better shot because he's very familiar with Usman. They training partners. But on the other end, Usman is familiar with him too. It could also be another boring fight. You know what I'm saying? Just because a fighter has a boring fight doesn't mean they're necessarily a boring fighter. It's just one of those things where Usman, he didn't prepare for Masvidal. He's not like a fighter that turned into an athlete. He's an athlete that turned into a fighter. So he may not have those natural fighting instincts like a guy like Jorge Masvidal may have. You know what I'm saying? He needs to have a game plan and shit. His striking looked absolutely terrible. It looked like he regressed from the progression he made going into the Kobe fight. In the Kobe fight, he looked real good. Technique was sharp. This fight, he just looked real bad, man. And that's from his inexperience as a striker. You know what I'm saying? That should have come over time. But he just looked bad, man. Masvidal, his striking has always looked good, but I think he was putting a lot of heat behind everything too early in the fight. You know what I'm saying? This is a 5-round fight, bro. You throwing body kicks like you whipping that leg like it's a baseball bat, bro. Every punch, big right hand, Superman punches, overhand rights. He's throwing big shots, man. And then he was tired by like this at the end of the first round, early second round. But Jorge Masvidal was super tough. The dude could defend himself very well. You know what I'm saying? That's good self-defense because he was tired as hell up in there against the wrestler defending, you know what I'm saying, the whole time for the most part. But it is what it is, man. Do you guys want to see a rematch? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think Masvidal could still go for a McGregor fight. That fight will still be big. Just give it a little bit of time. McGregor wants to come back and make a lot of money. If Masvidal wants to make a lot of money, they need to make that fight happen. Usman, I think he should go ahead and fight Gilbert Burns. I mean, there's not going to be too many options left for Usman. He got Leon Edwards out there, who's a tough fight. And actually, I think Masvidal is low-key ducking Leon Edwards because after he gave him that 3-piece and a biscuit, he never mentioned the guy's name again. And the guy wants to fight you, bro. Like, what's really going on? Like, y'all had a little storyline built up. You know what I'm saying? You swung on dude with a quick 3-piece and a biscuit. And, you know what I'm saying? Then you never mentioned his name again. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he said you avoiding him, bro. So what you gonna do? You got Leon, you got Conor McGregor. Masvidal still got options, okay? You know, he had the built-in excuse. There was a 6-day notice. Your average fan gonna take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying? But man, we all know that he didn't come in here really on 6 days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude been preparing. For him to be able to go 5 rounds like that, yeah, he's been training. He's been doing some type of training. Maybe not the best training he could have had, but he's been training. But it was okay card, man. It was a good card overall. Real good fights last night. I think that Max Holloway definitely deserved the nod in that fight. Jose Aldo, man, that was really heartbreaking to see. You know, what the hell was that referee thinking, you guys? He was sitting there pounding on pounding on him for like about a good 3 minutes, bro. 4 minutes just pounding on him back of the head like, referee, stop the fight, bro. He can't even come back and win this fight. It's over with. Sad to see, man. Aldo, I really want Jose Aldo to retire, man. He took a lot of damage for no reason in that fight last night, and it was just sad to see the former featherweight king and the king of Rio go out like that, man. Sometimes these guys just needs to. He looked good in the fight, man. I don't want to talk too much about it. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be about Masvidal Usman, but I just had to throw that in there real quick. And Rose Namajunas looked real good early in her fight until, you know, the old girl kind of turned it up towards the end, but Rose still got the decision. She got her eye was fucked up. She looked pretty beat up, but she got real good fun technique, man. She looks real good to watch. Real smooth, real fluid. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Jessica Andrade, she started throwing them crazy little shots, and she's like a little pit bull up in there, man. But it was a good night, man. Good night of fights, man, overall. The Usman fight left a lot to be desired as far as us. The hype leading up to the fight was a lot better than the fight. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that happens. Long-time MMA fans, you know, just brush it off your shoulder. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes the most hyped fights don't be the great fights. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.